So, I woke up after having one of my schizophrenic episodes, and I turned YouTube on, to calm down and go back to bed. But something today felt different. I checked the trending tab, and lo and behold, I found out some new stuff. I found out that the new class for Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail is the new job Viper, and then I see this, the Digital Circus. Now, I'm kind of confused, but I like to stay on top of things. So you know what, I give it a try, and it wasn't bad, but it was morely, strange. Like, not really scary strange, but more of just straight up confusing strange. Like, I had no idea what the hell was actually, really going on. But, I've been slacking on my YouTube upload, and, while the fire's so hot, I figured I'd talk about it. Because, you know what? What's better than making a lot of views on a current topic that will soon be dead in 2 weeks? Anyways, let's begin on the video. Now, I must mention this before we dive into the video, because I know how you people are on Twitter. This is a pilot. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be something that could draw a handler in, or someone that will pick the show up and fund it. It's not supposed to, be a top-notch performance or the greatest thing on the internet. It's a pilot to see if someone will pick it up. Now, what I can compliment the Digital Circus for having is the art style is unique in a sense of way, and there's the design of characters and I guess you would say graphics maybe. It's really good. It looks spectacular, and I haven't really seen many shows, or hell, even high production shows look this great. And this is just from a simple YouTube series. I can only imagine that they had a certain budget that wasn't even close to high production shows that they had to go off of with this. Imagine having maybe $500,000 to go off of. And it might sound really a lot, but when it comes to movie productions and shows, it's a lot. And I have to compliment them. They did a really great job on it. Now, I can say Gooseworks and Glitch put a lot of time into this, and they hit the bullseye. This has been something that I guess YouTube has needed for a long time. Because think of it, you have TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat all pretty much being competitors towards each other, and YouTube's been dropping in views lately, all because of TikTok. People getting ADHD because they have such a short attention span, and this is kind of what YouTube needed. YouTube needed something that would pull in a lot of people, and honestly, I guess it really needed it. And I know we get something like this once a year where something popular comes out and everyone's on it. Everyone just hops on the bandwagon, oh my god, this is my new personality. And you know what? If you enjoy it, that's great. I'm glad you enjoyed something but there's also a really, really bad part of the internet that if it exists, it gets touched. And like Undertale with its bad fandom and Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel, Digital Circus is no different. Already we have weird-ass headcanons, simping, sexualization, which I cannot show here because then I get terminated. And then you also have people, saying that this character's lesbian and this character's gay. At this point, I'm just going to say believe what you want. But I normally go by with what the creator says. And honestly, if you make headcanons, that's fine. Just please don't make them so fucking weird. And I'm not trying to be homophobic here in this, little rant, but don't start saying characters are this and that. That's just, I feel like it's up to the creators to really decide on that. And if I offended anyone, I sincerely apologize in this. This is just something that I feel like normally gets pushed to the side, and I feel like it needs to be brought to light. And now sexualization, that's something that no matter what it is, it will get sexualized. That's the internet for you. There's nothing you can really do about that, because you will always have those freaks of the internet that will sexualize anything that comes to light, or is the new hot topic kind of thing. Now, shipping characters is something that's also already affected the Digital Circus, but it's not as bad as other things, for example, My Hero Academia. That has probably been one of the worst cases that anyone's ever really seen, but I have a feeling that in the upcoming episodes, if it does get picked up,
it's going to get worse. I have a feeling. I could be wrong, but knowing the internet, it could just get way worse. And what I find funny about this community that the Amazing Digital Circus is built up, there's already people hating on Jax. Not because he's a bad character, but because he's an asshole. That's why people are hating on him. And also because he also looks like someone. I don't know who that could be, really. Now, there are a few other things I'd like to talk about before we get to the end part of this video. There's a few things that I can say that are a little bit negative about the Amazing Circus. Is the conversations between characters it's kind of bland. Like, it's doesn't really feel something I should be, enjoying. But that's also because it's also a pilot. It's, as I said earlier, it's not supposed to be spectacular. It's supposed to be something that will get picked up, which is very understandable in this case. The other thing is, the pilot is pretty much just characters standing around and talking, besides, the giant digital thing chasing everyone. But other than that, it's kind of just, Pomni, Ragatha, and Jax just kind of walking around talking with Kanger mixed in, and I ain't gonna lie, I kind of forgot the other dude's name. But it's kind of all that it is. Which, I mean, it's kind of just introducing the characters and letting us get to know them, so I can kind of understand why. And I feel like the story for the pilot is kind of confusing in a sort of way, because I feel like it also focuses on Pomni trying to find a way out, and then, Kaufmo being the corrupted digital thing that's running around crazy. But I feel like it could have been at least a little bit more simpler to, understand, or maybe I'm just too dumb and the schizophrenia is just kind of getting to me. But those are just some of the issues. They're not entirely bad, and there certainly could have been a lot more issues and things that could have been fixed, but it's not all that bad. But with that, let's move on to the end. Now, do I have hope for the Amazing Digital Circus? Yes. I have hope that it will get picked up and something good will come out of it. I have exceedingly high hopes, and I probably shouldn't, but I do. I could go on a whole ramble on about how this pilot is fantastic, and imagine what they can do if they get picked up. Look at Metarunner. Metarunner's pilot by Glitch was exceedingly good, but when they got picked up and actually had a full-on season, it was awesome. Everything about it was better than the pilot. And I know that pilots, they're wonky and they don't look the same as the actual show, but I have so much high hope that it's going to look so much better if it gets picked up. But all I can really do is hope that something good will come out of this, and that the community will keep thriving and people will keep caring about this show that isn't what people make it out to be, or the fandom that ruins it. And just kind of because you think it's bad because it's popular doesn't mean that it really is bad. Because unfortunately, there are people out there that are like, oh, this thing's popular, which means it's automatically bad. And I feel like what will probably happen if the show does get picked up is they will release an episode once a month. That way they can kind of keep the hype and popularity of the show coming back each month and not letting it die out. And unfortunately, whatever becomes popular will slowly fade to nothing. And that's kind of how things are. And there's really nothing we can do about it. Thank you for watching. I am the Dragoon Knight, and I will see you on the flip side.
The apple.